Well, Jeremy, Fleeting Spirit, fourth in the King's Stand last time, but won the race on the far side. What did you make of that performance?
I was delighted with it. I think that she'll move forward for the run from fitness and being sharper for a race under a belt. Honestly, my own assessment of the races, I don't think she would have won. I think she would, if she'd raced with the main group, I think she would have finished second. So we'll see, and I look forward to July Cup now, and I think she'll be in touch with everything goes well over the next 9 or 10 days. I think she'll arrive there at the top of her game, and then we'll see.
And how does she compare this year to this stage last year?
She's a little more tricky to train, and she's becoming harder to train now to keep her in the condition that I'd like her to be. But she's definitely all the talent is still intact, and I think if I arrive there in the condition I am now, good or faster ground, and in any sprint, you need the pace. Draw can be a factor. If you get a big field, the pace scenario of the race, are you drawn near where the pace is? Those are all key factors. If we get those little things to fall in place for us, then she's in top order, and she'll run every bit as good a race as she did last year.
And Laddie's Poker too landed quite a gamble at Ascot. Is she likely to run in the race as well?
She'll be ready. I think it's more likely she'll go to the Hackwood, but if for some reason Star Spangled wasn't there, and Mr. Tabor, Mr. Magner and Mr. Smith decided they wanted to take her place, and if she's in good order, then we'll roll the dice and give it a go.
I thought he ran real good. We were really happy with him. Third place in that type of race for us is more like a win, We ran against some really good horses. We were beat by a real good horse, and we had a great time.
And you'd said beforehand you'd be worried that the July Cup might come up a bit quick after Ascot, but you think he's in good enough form to take his chance?
Yeah, we didn't make any final decision until after we watched him come out of the box the next morning, and he was happy and jumping and bucking and squealing, and that's unlikely for him. Usually he's tired after a couple of days, but he's really adapted here to Newmarket, and the weather obviously has been pretty good to us here, and I just think he enjoys it, being turned out in the pastures and different lifestyle, and he's really, really adapted good to it.
And Newmarket's going to be quite a different track to what he's used to stateside. Do you think he'll be able to handle the undulations and things like that?
Well, you never know for sure. I mean, they asked me the same question before about Ascot. Is he going to handle? I don't really know. But he's a horse of. He's got a lot of heart, and he's got a lot of class, and he sure as hell lays his heart down and tries for in the afternoon. July course we've walked it a bunch of times, and it is a little bit stiffer. He can't read the racing form. He'll find out that morning, and if he tries, he tries. If he doesn't, we won't be ashamed of it. It's something we wanted to try and do the best we can.
Society Rock ran an absolute screamer at Royal Ascot. Were you surprised by that performance?
Well, I think if you analyse his form, I had we were sort of umming and ahhing whether to go for that race or a race at Salisbury, a Group 3 at Salisbury on the Saturday before. But we just sort of thought, if you got lucky with the draw in the Golden Jubilee, and there was, obviously we didn't know about the Australian horses, but there's one or two English horses that we thought we could definitely take on. And and he won at Ascot as well, really well. And I think you just draw a line for the Newbury race. We approached it in a very sort of positive way and thought, let's go for it, and it paid off.
And do you think he'll be able to run another big race in the July Cup?
Well, I think the July Cup isn't. We haven't actually made a sort of final decision on the July Cup. Obviously, if he's in good nick, we'd love to go for it. We just play it by ear up at the weekend and sort of make a decision early next week.
Well, Ty, Alverda was drawn on the wrong side in the Golden Jubilee at Ascot, finished 6th in her group, 14th overall. What did you make of that run?
Her run was full of merits. I would have liked to have been on the near side, but her run was still good. We didn't get beaten too far, so if we drawn near side and we got a bit of cover and followed the right horses, we probably finished a little bit closer.
And the reports at the time were that she hadn't travelled over that well. Has she acclimatised to life in Newmarket now?
Yeah, she has. She lost a lot of weight on the way over, and she's looking well. She worked well this morning, and she's going good.
And looking at her form back in Australia, she's won at distances of up to a mile. Do you think a stiffer track, perhaps like Newmarket, might see her to better effect than Ascot?
Yeah, her ideal distance is about 1,400 metres, so the 1,200 here with the last bit up the hill is probably right on song.
And from what you've seen of the other international contenders and the English contenders, who do you think's the one to beat?
Definitely Star Spangled Banner. Obviously he won the Golden Jubilee and he won it well, so he's a ex-Aussie horse, so hopefully we can follow him through the race.
As you said, he is an ex-Aussie horse. Over there, would he be the top of the tree in terms of the sprinters?
Yeah, definitely. We had Takeover Target and Star Spangled Banner. He's a very good-looking horse and he's got a lot of talent as well. So if he performs on his day, he's definitely one of the hardest to beat.